Hello everyone, this is Clucky Power, and in this video we are going over the history of the Soviet counterpart to Captain America, Alexei Shostakov, also known as the Second Red Guardian. Alexei Alenovich Shostakov, the Red Guardian, made his first appearance in the Avengers issue number 43 by Roy Thomas and Steve Buscema. Alexei has no special powers, but he's a superb athlete who has trained in many forms of combat by the KGB and is also a superb pilot. Special equipment Alexei uses is a disc he wears on his belt. He can hurl this disc at his enemies, and with special magnets on the disc and his belt, the disc will return to Alexei after throwing it. He was also given a special serum that extends his lifespan, much like his ex-wife, the Black Widow. Before becoming the Second Red Guardian, Alexei Shostakov was one of the Soviet Union's most acclaimed fighter pilots of the Soviet Union. He partook on the Eastern Front of World War II and was credited for helping the Soviet Air Forces win air supremacy over the skies of Stalingrad and Kursk. Because of his accolades and skill, he was chosen for secret tests of new Soviet aircrafts and made a decorated hero of the Soviet Union. Not only successful in his career, he also had a successful private life, for he was married to famous ballerina Natalia Romanova. Natalia was actually a retired KGB spy implanted with the memories of being a ballerina and was conditioned to believe she was never a spy. Alexei was aware of her true past, but wanted to give Natalia a happy normal life with him and never brought it up. Alexei was chosen by the KGB to become a special operative. While on a mission, he was told that the Soviet Union had new plans for him. He could not contact anyone from his private life, even his own wife. The KGB then faked his death by saying he was killed in an explosion while testing an experimental rocket. When Natalia was notified of this, she became the Black Widow to honor her husband's sacrifice by spying for her country. Alexei was trained to become the Second Red Guardian, the Soviet counterpart of the USA's Captain America. This training changed Alexei's personality as he became a more cruel and ruthless man. Alexei never saw his wife again until an encounter with the Avengers in China. The People's Republic of China had created a device called the Psychotron, which could induce mass hallucinations. The Red Chinese planned to use it on the USA, but didn't have the logistics to make it happen, so they contacted the Soviet Union to inform them their plan to use the Soviet submarines to conquer America. The Soviet Union was intrigued by this plan and sent a high-ranking military officer and Alexei, now known as the Red Guardian, to the base where the Psychotron was being kept. The Red Guardian was to protect the officer and the Psychotron while taking orders from Colonel Ling of the Red Chinese Army. Black Widow was sent by S.H.I.E.L.D. to gather information on the device and was captured. Avengers Hawkeye and Hercules rushed to save the Black Widow as they had been following her. But Hawkeye was captured by the Red Guardian while Hercules was lured into a trap and suffered hallucinations from the Psychotron. With the heroes captured, the Red Guardian revealed himself to the Black Widow as her deceased husband. The rest of the Avengers then arrived at the base and combated the base's forces. The Red Guardian took this opportunity to prove himself against his US counterpart, Captain America. During their battle, before Captain America could defeat the Red Guardian, Colonel Ling electrified Captain America and rendered him unconscious. Red Guardian became enraged as he wanted to prove he was the better super soldier. Colonel Ling then noticed Black Widow attempting to destroy the Psychotron and shot at her. The Red Guardian, who still loved his wife, took the shot instead by jumping in the line of fire. Black Widow is successful in destroying the Psychotron and causes a fire throughout the base as the Avengers attempt to escape. Colonel Ling attempted to kill an unconscious Captain America but was stopped by the Red Guardian as he would not allow Ling to kill such a worthy and brave but helpless opponent. Ling accidentally shot some gas pipes, caused an explosion that triggered a dead volcano to erupt under the base. The Avengers escaped, but Ling and the Red Guardian are consumed by the destruction of the base. Alexei's likeness would be used a few different times in the next several years. Russian agents created a life model decoy of Alexei to trick his wife into performing an act of espionage for the Russians, or they would kill Alexei, but Black Widow defeated the Russian agents and destroyed the Alexei LMD. And there was likenesses of him used by two different incarnations of the Legion of the Unliving, a team of resurrected supervillains or supervillains extracted from time periods before their death. He was first used against the Avengers as a pawn of death, Grandmaster. Later, he appeared in a legion gathered by the Grim Reaper's supernatural powers. It is thought that these likenesses of Alexei were never really him though, because he had never died. As Alexei popped up again, alive and appearing to be in his 70s when he plotted with the Bulgarian government to have the United States government hand over the Black Widow in exchange for having Madam Hydra released to the US. Black Widow, Daredevil, the Avengers, and S.H.I.E.L.D. worked together to take down the people behind this exchange, and it was revealed Alexei orchestrated the whole affair in order to exact revenge against his ex-wife. With his plan failed, Alexei was arrested. Alexei somehow regained his youth over the years, as next time he appeared, he looked to now be in his 30s. He meets with his ex-wife and claims to be regretful for all that he's done to her in the past, and the two bury the hatchet. This, in actuality, was a ruse, as Alexei was heavily involved in a murderous conspiracy. He allied himself with the Soviet nostalgics, wanting to re-establish the old regime, outfitted with gadgets resembling the abilities of the Crimson Dynamo, Sputnik, and Perun, going by the name of the Supreme Soviets. And Alexei became involved with wartime Japanese cult called the Dark Ocean Society. Their plot was to blow up the Kuril Islands, then have Russian forces attack Japan and vice versa. The goal was to create complete confusion, then launch coups in both countries. It's unclear how Alexei became involved with the Dark Ocean Society, but he was made their traditional leader. As Ronin, he was tasked with eliminating Clint Barton and Maya Lopez to restore the purity of the Ronin, where these two Avengers had used the Ronin guise in the past. Alexei's and the Dark Cult's plan almost succeeded, but an unstable Alexei leaked intel to the Black Widow so she could see his plan to force a war between Russia and Japan that would restore Russia's former glory. Black Widow, Fortune, Hawkeye, Mockingbird, and Phantasma battled and defeated the Supreme Soviets, the Dark Cult Society, and Alexei. Black Widow shooting Alexei in the back, administering him first aid, and then taking him into custody. Alexei, now again going as the identity of the Red Guardian, was last seen being held in an abandoned Antarctic SHIELD prison base being used by a group using the former prisoners as genetic experiments and making them into an army. He was released by another Black Widow, Yelena Belova, after he saved her from a couple of the genetically enhanced soldiers. Yelena was tricked into believing she was sent to this base to extract a prisoner, but in actuality was to test the abilities of the genetically enhanced prison soldiers. Alexei revealed that he would not join the prison army and was subjected to torture and experiments for not doing so. Alexei and Yelena teamed up to blow up the base by rigging it with explosives. As they prepared to escape, the duo ran to more soldiers and the leader of the base, Dr. Durst. Alexei ordered Yelena to escape by using a jet and a hangar. As she escaped, Alexei quickly dispatched the soldiers with his magnetic disc before grabbing Durst by the neck. The base crumbled around Alexei, Durst, and the remaining soldiers. After the destruction was settled, Alexei crawled his way out of the wreckage and into freedom. That's it for the history of Alexei Shostakov, the second Red Guardian, from his origin to now. Please leave a like and a comment if you like this video, and subscribe for more. Also put down in the comments what other characters you would like to see a video of next. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.